Picture this, every day there are 5 drugstores vanishing in the United States, while on the other side of the Pacific, China is having 107 pharmacies despair. This is a massive transformation happening right under our noses. And interestingly, China and the United States are experiencing this pharmacy crisis simultaneously, even though two countries have very different cases in insurance systems, pharmacy business models, demographic structures, and what have you. So what happens to the drugstores in China and the United States? And what are the same and the different behind this pharmacy meltdown in two countries? Okay, smarties, let's get ready. Walgreens, one of the top 3 pharmacy giants with over 6,000 stores, is now on life support. In just 6 months, their stock has plummeted by 55%, their market value shrinking by 90% from its peak. Walgreens claimed only 75% of the stores effectively brought in revenues and profits, and they plan to keep closing locations up to 2,000 by 2027 to save the loss. But here's the kicker, Walgreens is not alone. The other top 2 pharmacy chains, Rite Aid, filed for bankruptcy last year, and CVS has also been shutting down locations all along due to the ever-decreasing operating income. Switch to China, things aren't getting any better. In 2024 alone, almost 39,000 pharmacies were closed, and by 2025, estimated about 100,000 drugstores will despair. Sinopharm, the largest pharmacy chain of China, disclosed that their expected net profit will drop by 50 to 60%. Other top chain brands also presented poor performance in both locations and profits. So what is going on here? Drug sales are the main portion of pharmacies' revenue, same in both China and the US. People usually get reimbursed a part of the money while they shop in the pharmacies because they have healthcare insurance. But imagine this, if the reimbursement rates get lower than before, which means what you actually paying is getting high, then what would happen? Are you gonna go to and shop in drugstore that often like you used to? No. And that's the key reason where pharmacies have decreased revenue in both US and China. In our country, we have universal medical insurance system which covers basically every citizen's medical needs. Our medical insurance consists of 2 parts, personal accounts and social pooling funds. When we buy pills in pharmacies, we usually draw money from our personal account, which contributes over 40% of the retail pharmacy's revenue across the nation. Several years ago, employers' payment no longer went to personal account but flew to the social pooling funds. That shrunk personal account's cash flow and led people to be more cost-sensitive when they buy pills outside of hospital, especially for the elderly. They are major consumers of drugstores. Changes in the medical insurance hold the retired group from shopping in the pharmacies, and that led to a huge declination in consumer volume. Unlike our country, the US does not have a public medical insurance system for everyone, so people have to buy the commercial insurance plan if they want to get compensated for medical products and services. But there's one more thing that only exists in the US and it changes everything. Entering Pharmacy Benefit Manager, aka PBM. In the 1970s, PBM came up and served as a middleman, helping health insurance providers to negotiate drug prices with pharmaceutical companies, as well as dealing with insurance claims and distributing prescription drugs to pharmacies. In short, the origin of PBM was to lower the drug price from manufacturers and help insurance providers save money. Lower price, less money. That sounds not bad, right? So how does it have anything to do with the current America's pharmacy troubles? So in China, we get prescriptions from doctors and we usually pick up the drugs in the hospital directly, right? Well, in the US, hospitals usually do not sell drugs. Doctors write a prescription and send it to a certain pharmacy near the patient. That pharmacy runs a recheck and get this prescription filled. And you, the patient, come to that pharmacy, pick up the filled prescription and pay at the pharmacy counter. Here, if you have the insurance, you only pay the copay, which approximately equals to the personal account of China, and the rest of the cost will be paid to pharmacies by insurance company. So, pharmacies in the US make money on the margins of prescriptions they fill, but the margins on prescription have gotten so thin since PBMs have been lowering the reimbursement rate. Here's an illustration. A diabetes drug costs around $590 for pharmacy to buy. The patient pays $75 at the counter, but the insurance plan only covers an additional $480, meaning that the pharmacy is out $35 for filling this prescription. Thus, pharmacies has been losing money because of PBMs. But you may think, why do pharmacies have to take this bully? Can't they just refuse PBM's pricing contracts? Well, since PBM's job covers basically every step of drug sale, from manufacturers, hospitals, insurance companies, pharmacies, even to consumers, their power has been greater than ever. Now, PBMs wield a lot of influence on drug prices, and they have created a thing called formularies, which is a list of drugs an insurance company will cover. You see the point? PBMs are so powerful to not only control the drug prices, but also control what drugs people could buy, and therefore, they eventually control the consumer base. So for pharmacies, if they don't want to accept the drug prices and reimbursement rates set by PBM, they must stop accepting that insurance, meaning they will lose the business and the ability to serve the patients covered by the insurance company. So because of the medical insurance system and PBM, American pharmacies have kept losing money and been squeezed to the very corner of the drug supply chain. And that makes them even more difficult to survive. In fact, American drugstores also sell snacks, cosmetics, and daily necessities besides of prescription drugs. But these items' prices are generally higher than those in supermarkets like Walmart, Costco, and even dollar stores, which makes pharmacies less appealing to cost-sensitive shoppers. What even worse is, supermarkets like Walmart have also been opening their in-store pharmacies, which has further intensified the computation. Another thing that affects both Chinese and American pharmacies is e-commerce. In the US, they have Amazon. In China, we have Jingdong, Meituan, 饿了么. Online platforms offer delivery service, so it's more convenient. Also, they could lower the price cost to a mind-blowing price through various subsidies and discounts. Also, China indeed now is having too many pharmacies. I opened the map. Only my neighborhood alone has 10 drugstores surrounded. Do we really need that many of pharmacies? The answer is no. According to the expert, China now has roughly 700,000 drugstores. It's way too much oversupply. And how to balance supply with demand? Reducing the amount to 400,000. Therefore, the pharmacy closing drama has not come to the finale. In China, so many opened causes so many closed, so you can see it as a positive market adjustment. Family-owned pharmacies might get hurt the most, but it will eventually push the industry to improve services and optimize overall business models. But for Americans, it does have more negative consequences. Drugstore vanishing costs the residents even harder to get medical care, especially for neighborhoods of minorities, the low income, and the disabled, which leaves many Americans in what is being called a pharmacy desert. Also, as more and more drugstores close, lots of pharmacists are out of jobs. What is sadder is the graduation rate of pharmacy students across the states dropped 10%. Students don't see pharmacists as a great job now. So no drugstores, no pharmacists, and what's next? Let's hope the best for Americans. If you liked this video, don't forget to subscribe to my channel and see you next time.